Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to Say It Now, Say It Loud, where I give my feedback and commentary to the latest news and entertainment from a positive point of view. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get those notifications, and let's get it cracking. All right, guys, so today's topic is about T.I. taking his daughter to her gynecologist visits every year, and there's a lot of controversy, a lot of people coming for T.I. based on an interview that he did. And honestly, you know what, I'm going to give my commentary feedback from my view. So all in all, the main issue that I see with this whole interview and how it was blasted all over social media for the world to see, I think that's my first issue with the whole situation. So some things should be kept behind closed doors, and the fact that you go to the gynecologist with your daughter, it's fine. But I think a lot of people are upset, or they had an issue with the way that he was speaking about it, as if he was entitled to do so. Even the part where he's addressed where, giving details about when they get there at the doctor's office, and the doctor asks for his daughter Deyja's permission to, allow him to be in the room or get the results. I'm not sure if he's in the room or just getting the results. But, the way he spoke about that, it's just kind of like self-entitlement, like he's entitled to it, which he really isn't, because she is an adult. And I think even without being an adult, at the age of 15 or 14, I'm not sure how it is in each state, the law, gives teenage girls their privacy from their parents as far as when it, pertaining to their gynecologist visits. So that's one thing. Just blasting it out there for the public to see was the main issue with me. And it's embarrassing to the girl, because she did take to she didn't say much on Twitter, but she did like a few posts that I'm going to show you guys. So let's take a look at those. Okay, so the first tweet that she liked says, "I hope you're truly okay. Him telling the world your personal business medically and your choice as a woman to do or not do a personal and special moment in your life is never right." So this basically what I was saying about just going online and broadcasting it for the world to see, and just basically opening up those doors for her to be bullied or picked on. And this one also she liked. It says, "This is disgusting, possessive, and controlling." I guess with her liking these, she's feeling some type of way. And I think it's mostly, I don't think she would have said anything, because she hasn't said anything for years, with her being in the spotlight on social media, Instagram or whatever, and having her fan base. Now, I think now she's liking the post because, of course, it's an embarrassing moment. It's nothing embarrassing about being a virgin, but the fact that you just put everything out there as far as, the way T.I. did it in the interview, talking about checking her hymen and all of this craziness. Do that behind closed doors, do that in a setting where you're not, like I said earlier, opening up the door for her to be picked on. So just think of the millions and millions of people right now, as I'm going to show you in T.I.'s comments, talking about, pretty much coming for him and making jokes about hymens and this and that. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys that as well. All right, so you can see here, this was actually under a post he made about a petition he signed. So someone says, "Maybe we should sign a petition to free your daughter from your irrational sense." So also it says, "How's your hymen?" Like I said, people are making jokes about the hymen. It also says your daughter is not your property. Another one says this is cool and all, but how do you check, basically how do you check whether or not your son is a virgin or not? Because in another episode of their show, King, which is their younger son, he basically was saying or telling them that he wasn't a virgin anymore. And, T.I. didn't seem to have an issue with it, which is kind of biased. I do know that, some fathers encourage their child, or they think it's some type of manly thing for their sons to not be a virgin at an early age or teenage age. They claim that it's them stepping into their manhood, which I totally disagree. I believe that any affiliation or association between sex and a child, period, is just disgusting. So whether he's a boy, a girl, just congratulating that, or not saying something as you would have said to your daughter is definitely one bias. There is some discrimination there. And of course, like I said, there just the conversation of a child and sex being, encouraged is just horrible altogether. So, yeah, that's my take as far as that, because I saw a lot of people saying, you didn't say anything about King, you didn't say anything about your son. How are you going to check whether he's a virgin? Why do you care so much about your daughter? Like I said, my take on the whole situation is that this should have just been kept behind closed doors. I do think parents go a little too far when they expose a lot of things on social media. You have to be very careful, because you have to realize that your child still has to face the world. They still have to go to school. They still have to face their friends the next day. There's people who are going to see them or come in contact with them in public. So you don't want to create a opening for everybody else to make fun of them or come in and feel as though you didn't respect them enough to leave that information offline, so I don't have to respect them. You see how it goes? And that's even with parents who record their child being punished or beaten and then posting it online. That could drive a child to depression or even suicide, which is not right. Parents need to learn how to tell or just avoid putting these things online that can damage the reputation of your child, or even just, like I said, open the door for them to be bullied or feel some type of way. So as far as him going to the doctor with her, I don't see a problem with that, but he does need to not feel as self-entitled, because at the end of the day, she is grown now, and she should have a say-so as in whether or not, he should be allowed in the room. And it should be her say-so as in, from her heart, not because she doesn't want to disappoint him. Overall, I know that T.I. is a great father. Of course, everyone knows he doesn't play about his children, and he is very strict when it comes to certain things. But like I said, just keep certain things off the internet. Don't say certain things in a interview. There's nothing wrong with, you could have just said that you went to, or you go to the gynecologist visits with her, not all the extras about checking the hymen and making sure she's still a virgin. That could have just been kept out of there. But as far as going to the doctor with her, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think more fathers should be more hands-on, especially when it comes to their daughters. Like I said, I think Deyja probably just had an issue with the situation being broadcasted, not so much about him going to the doctor with her. So, yeah. So that's my take on the situation. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys. Oh, also follow me on Instagram at Say It Now, Say It Loud. I will see you guys in the next video.